The Dallas Cowboys defense does a fantastic job against the Saints offense that was absolutely rolling. Hall of Famer Steve Young joins us now for some perspective on this. And Steve, as a guy who was at the wheels of an offense with the Niners back in the day that got rolling the way the Saints had been, how much of what the Saints struggled with tonight was a matter of not getting the ball, not ever having rhythm, and establishing the tempo that has helped them be so dominant in these other games?
Well, Scott, no question. When you don't have the ball and you can't big third downs, you can't convert, and all of a sudden you end up at halftime. You've had the ball 3 times, and you can't get into the rhythm. That's all real. But what really matters is when whether it's Tom Brady or Drew Brees or Peyton Manning or anybody, when you get that pass rush in the quarterback's mug every time where he can't see, he can't step up, and it was just consistent. You actually saw Drew start to like fade away and kind of throwing the ball, and in that last interception was essentially the capitulation of Drew Brees saying, "Hey, look, guys, I can't play this way. This is not only not fun. I can't win this way." So give the credit to the defense, especially the front of the Dallas Cowboys. If they're going to be that vicious, the sky's the limit, right?
As the old saying goes in football, and more about college than the pros, but the idea that they remember what you do in November, and you're allowed to change. You're allowed to get better. We watched this Cowboy team on Monday night on this same field lose to the Titans. How'd they get from that to this, in your opinion?
And you got to give Jason Garrett the credit, because I remember walking off the field. In fact, I think you and I chatted that night. It was like, this is like the tipping point. Is Jason Garrett going to be around? How are they going to reconfigure? And he righted that team. And that's not just because that's a head coach who does that. Who can rally people and go on the road to Philly, then get Atlanta, then come home and play a big divisional game, the Redskins, and then get the Saints and smother them and be 4-0? That is coaching. That is getting everybody on the same page, and all the things you hear about in football. That's 50 guys gathering them up because they're out the door too, right? Football's a tough thing to kind of hold everyone in line, and now you play your best football out of that. I got to give Jason Garrett a tremendous tip of the cap.
I was dead wrong. I didn't bury the Cowboys that night, but I was saying, hey, after
I felt
these
like it. I felt like doing it. I was like, ooh, this is
But
bad.
I mean, well, look, we looked at their schedule, and it sure didn't look too optimistic, and now here they are having won 4 in a row. Last quick thought for you on just the Saints. Does this feel to you like the outlier and an anomaly, a one-off, where they had a night where they ran into a team and it was Dallas's night?
100%, except for that pass rush up the middle.
Okay.
And I repeat, remember Tom Brady through the years. When you beat Tom Brady, most of the time it's because you get up in his kitchen, right? It's all the guys are the same. And so if that happens again, you'll never see him 10 points again and have nothing. I mean, that's an anomaly. But as far as just slowing them down and keeping them under 4 touchdowns, that's all about getting that pass rush up. And if they can do that, any other team can do that. The Vikings, someone else, they'll slow the thing down.
All right, stay out of my kitchen, Steve Young. Thank you very much for your time.
Out of my kitchen. You stay out of my kitchen, too.
Thanks, man.
All right, see you, Scott.
All right, so here's your NFC playoff picture, and the Cowboys have certainly changed things over the course of this last month in a really remarkable way. It goes Rams, who are now the biggest beneficiaries with the Saints loss, Bears, Saints, Cowboys, then your wild card, the Vikings, and for now, the Redskins. They have that huge game with the Eagles on Monday night in Philadelphia. Seahawks, Panthers in the mix as well, and Green Bay still hanging around.